Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, guys. How's everybody doing? I can't believe this time last week I was in Blackpool and we was delivering our first in-person event. I can't believe it, honestly. At the minute, I just don't know where time is going. And today's been a completely opposite day of last week. Well, today I've actually had some pampering because I'm going away next week. So I've had my nails, my lashes, my feet. So I've had a slower day, and I think that's what it's about. I want to talk to you today about sometimes we need slower days. So it's funny how we have polar days of like other people. So I spoke to my cousin last night and this morning, and she's a nurse and she's back to work today, and she was like, what are you doing today? And I was telling her what I was doing, and she's like, I just want your life. Like, it's just like, I've got all this to do, I've got reports to do. But she's a community matron, and she's a completely different job to me. I work for myself, I run my own terms, I can have my own deadlines with everything. And it is funny, isn't it, how we like have different lives. And I wouldn't swap what I'm doing at all, because I do remember those days where I'm working for somebody, I'm non-stop, and my body could not take it. Like today, I feel like I'm having a bit of a flare up. I went for my appointments, and I actually had a client in this afternoon, but she's not well, so she's cancelled. Which in a way I was like, no, that's fine. You know what? I'll sort it out another time, whether it be after my holiday. She was fine about it. Everyone is tired at the minute, and I'm like, I feel like I'm aching. I don't know what it is, my arms and my back and my neck. It probably is my fibro. But, I mean, I'm glad I didn't feel like this last week. But I'm fine. I've just been going about my day. I've just done the school one. It's got youth club tonight. And, you do all the things that you've got to do. But I feel like, our days are so different, and we can cram so much into a day. Like, this time last week, I was all dressed up. I was teaching in a studio. Today, I'm having a more like softer day. I'm not really thinking about work, and it's Monday. But I have been working a lot at the weekends because I'm trying to catch up with myself. So I feel like I'm not going to feel guilty, because you know what? Sometimes, and there is a lot of us feeling like this at the minute, because I've spoke to a lot of, women, and there's always a pressure to be doing something, always achieving, always fixing, always working, always proving. Like, I've just drove around, my mum and dad live around the corner, and I just like pulled up. My mum knows me too well. She's like, are you all right? She's been really like helpful, her and my dad, with Harrison at the minute, helping me out, like picking him up, and it's just nice to have that support. And she's like, you look shattered. I was like, I don't know why, I've not really done anything. I feel like your body can just feel that. But my son has been quite, I think my mum realised, because I went shopping yesterday, and she's like, just leave him here. And she even texted me shopping, are you okay? I said, I'm just thanks, that you do appreciate having an SEN child. He's just been non-stop. He's like, ADHD has just been through the roof. I think he's getting excited for Haven. He's been non-stop, and he's just been on full alert. And it's mentally draining, I think, more than anything. So, but it is what it is. He's getting really hyped up and excited. He woke to bed at night, and he's talking about the Seaside Squad and what's going to be happening, and getting all his teddies out. And I'm just like, we've not even got there. It was fine, and then I don't know what's happened. It's just, suddenly it's like Christmas. You just want to, like, get it. You want it now, don't you? So, yeah. So anyway, and my mum does appreciate it, because she even had him, and she had him Saturday afternoon for me, because the hubby was on, it was on night, so he was sleeping. So it was just so I could work, and he got him out of the house a bit. And my mum like looked at me and she looked and I said, "Oh, you just know what it's like now. He's just relentless and he's getting a big lad and he's always wanting cuddles and it's just constant all the time." So, but it is what it is. We move on, don't we? It's my life. So, you know what? My mum said, "Just put your phone down tonight." And I'm like, "Actually, I'm going to go record a podcast. I'm going to have tea. I've got a Zoom tonight. So with I went on an event the other week, the MIB, Big Bash. So it's like our follow up tonight. So 7:30, I'm going to be on there. So I mean, you know what? I just thought I'm going to put my little cosy pink tracksuit on, made a cup of tea, and I come in here. Do you know what? I've come in here, and I'm feeling more alive that I've got on the microphone. So you know what it is. I do like to be productive. I like to be doing what I'm doing. I love the world of manifesting. But I also need soft time. I'm getting older. And I also need to take it easy because sometimes our mental load is ready for like burnout. And I feel like a lot of busy mums at the minute are exhausted because not just physically tired, but mentally carrying so much pressure all the time. We've almost been conditioned to believe that rest has to be earned. Like we can only slow down once, the house is sorted, the emails are answered, the kids are settled, work is done, content is posted and the goals are achieved. But what if constantly living in stress and survival mode is actually blocking the very things we're trying to manifest? Because manifestation isn't just about the vision boards and affirmations. Your nervous system plays a huge part in what you feel safe to receive. If your body constantly feels under pressure, constantly overwhelmed, constantly on, it is really hard to feel open, calm, creative, and magnetic. And this is something I've been really reflecting on lately. A lot of us are trying to build beautiful lives while running on empty. We're trying to manifest abundance while feeling guilty for sitting down for 10 minutes. We're trying to call in peace while living in constant overstimulation. And I think there's a real shift happening right now where women are craving softness again. Not laziness, not giving up, just breathing a little bit more. Because creating a life that actually feels good to live. I do truly believe slowing down can sometimes help you manifest faster because your nervous system feels safe and you just think differently. You make clearer decisions, you stop forcing, you stop chasing, you stop reacting from panic. You begin to creating from alignment instead of exhaustion. And I know for busy mums, this can feel difficult because life is just full on. But softness doesn't have to mean escaping your responsibilities. And this is what it can look like. Putting your phone down earlier. I put mine on Do Not Disturb quite a lot now. Even if it's just an hour because I am such a phone addict and I'm always looking at my phone. Sitting in silence with a coffee, going for a walk without guilt, saying no to something draining, not over-explaining yourself, and resting before burnout hits. And that's healing too. I think so many women have spent years in survival mode that calm can almost feel uncomfortable at first. Because calm is not laziness, rest is not weakness, and you do not need to earn your rest. I really want this episode to remind someone today that your worth is not measured by how busy you are. You're allowed to slow down. You're allowed to create softer routines. You're allowed to protect your peace. And actually, that calmer energy might be the exact thing your mind and body have been craving. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, this is your reminder to check in with yourself. Not just, what do I need to get done, but how do I actually want my life to feel? Because manifestation is not only about building more, it's about building differently. A life with more presence, more peace, more intention, more room to breathe. This is what it is. So I had someone comment on me. So I'd been for like the Japanese head massage for my birthday and then I went again. And they were like, do you not work? Like, do you not, like, you know, you always get them people that comment like, oh, you're always doing this, you're always doing that. And what I'm not really. People only see the post. I only post probably the things like, I'm not a neggy person. I always post the things like, oh, I've been for this because I want people to see that you can go for like a little bit of a treat and do these things. And I do probably come across busy. People like are always saying to me, oh, Lindsay, you look like you're always doing this and doing that. And I'm like, well, I'm not really. I'm like, I do these things, but I'm very mindful with what I do. It isn't like I'm doing it all the time. I do like to book a massage in or try and book something in for me because I think it's really important that I look after me because I've got my pain management. I'm a carer. I'm non-stop. I do get burnout. I feel like I feel the burnout coming. I don't particularly go into burnout, but I feel it coming. So what I try and do is start going for skincare, going for a massage, going for some baths. I was tempted to go for a bath just before, but sometimes when I have hot baths, it can still flare my neck up. Sometimes I can feel a bit sickly. So I'm like, just going to calm down. I'm just going to literally tonight put my feet up. Obviously go on my Zoom, but just I'm going to be here with my comfies. I might even get a hot water bottle. And sometimes we just need to just slow it down a bit because we cannot be manifesting at the same rate all the time. Sometimes we just feel like, yes, we have our routines. I've got my manifestation books, everything. But sometimes we can just cut it off for a week. We can cut it off for a few days and think, you know what? Just have a little bit of a rest because sometimes it's just too much. And especially if you're looking at creating new businesses, or we have the ladies last week that are looking at doing a podcast. They was all like, right, we're just going to go home, we're going to have a glass of wine, we're just going to go and sit in the sun, we're going to chill, because sometimes we can be so overloaded because we've got the people, we've got the technology, and it's good to have a few days. I always feel like when we've had a few days off, we can be more creative. We always have those creative times like of the month where we think, yeah, and I do that all the time. I'm like, right, I'm going to do all my content. I've always got batch content. I've always got reels ready just so I can pop them out there. I feel like once we have those in our bank, if you do have your business online, then we can reutilise. Like, don't be afraid of looking at old content if you want to, like, if you are working on social media and, you're working online, just have things ready, have a plan for the month, what you're going to be doing. Next week, it'll be about the Haven, Seaside Squad. It's going to be about a holiday because that's my life. It's just normal content. And that's all it is. Mine is mum life, manifestation, self-development. I might look busy to everybody, but I am also like everybody else. I'm a parent. I've got my own things going on. I've got things in the pipeline. We've all got, aspirations and dreams, but I do not go at the level that I used to go at, because if I do, then I'm worn out. I know my friend Alice, she goes to so many like different networks and like events, and I'm like, right, what are you doing this week? And she told me, I'm like, I'm exhausted already. But I do feel like if I was probably 10 years younger, I would be doing that. I feel like I just got to a stage where like I do want to go to these events and I do want to go to these different places, but then I'm also like, I don't want to be exhausted. I don't want to like be travelling here, there and everywhere, because sometimes it's okay to not feel like you have to do everything else, even though you try to do everything. And it is hard because you do get FOMO, don't you? You do feel like you're missing out, especially in business. Sometimes we can be triggered so much online with what other people are doing that we feel like we have to do it. But I feel like it comes from a place of lack, and sometimes it can throw us into a place where we just go like into a frenzy and we go into a panic mode. But we need that soft. I mean, if you're listening to this, you're probably no doubt like the end of 30s, like 40s plus. So you're probably in that era where you've probably had jobs, had careers, been to college, university, moved up the ladder, back down the ladder. Because we do get to a place sometimes, don't we, where we just want to have abundance. We don't want to be trading too much time for money, because we can keep doing that, but sometimes we can burn ourselves out and we don't want to have burnout. You'd be really surprised because so many of us women are functioning in burnout without even realising, because we become so used to pushing through that exhaustion. It almost becomes normal, because if you're starting to wake up tired, you rush through the day, your brain never fully switches off, you feel guilty resting, you're overstimulated, but you're still trying to be productive. And what will happen is your body will eventually start whispering for rest. Like probably mine is today, but I haven't been overdoing it, but you can still have mental burnout. Burnout isn't always lying in bed, unable to move. I don't think any of us probably do this unless you've got pain management. Sometimes burnout looks like feeling emotionally numb, snapping more easily, which we've all done, losing motivation, that could be to get up early and go to the gym or work out, brain fog, I know we all have that, anxiety can increase, constantly feeling behind, like you just got 100 tabs and you're not catching up, struggling to enjoy things you used to love. And that's why it's good to revisit things or go and have a coffee or meet a friend. Needing dopamine hits from scrolling or shopping. So if you're overspending on Amazon and you got things coming, or you're online buying things, that's something that you're trying to fill because you're thinking, well, it's all right, I'm earning, I can buy it, or I need those little fun things to come my way because you feel like, well, I'm busy and I've got these fun things coming, so all's good. And also being busy all day but never feeling accomplished. The difficult part is a lot of high functioning women still keep going through it because we've been praised for coping. We all know that one. But constantly surviving is not the same as thriving. And I do honestly think one of the biggest causes of burnout now is the pressure to constantly optimise our lives. Because we have to be healthier, earn more, post more, reply quicker, learn more, do more. There's always something demanding our energy. And this is why protecting our nervous system matters so much. And these are just a few ways we can help with burnout. Stop treating rest like a reward. Build slower mornings where possible. Reduce overstimulation, take breaks. Stop filling up every spare second with productivity, which I do. Say no without guilt. And create realistic routines instead of perfect ones. Celebrate small wins and allow seasons where survival is enough. Honestly, one of the most healing things you can do is stop believing your value is tied to how much you produce. You are still worthy on quiet days. You are still enough when you rest. You are still successful if you choose peace over pressure. I think a softer life is really about creating sustainability. Not building a life that looks good online, but building one on your nervous system can actually survive on, because we all know what happens when we take on too much. We just have to down tools, that's it. It gets too much. And you might have retired, you might not be working, but we can all have burnout because we're doing things for other people. You might be a carer, you might be cooking dinner. There's always something that we are doing all the time because society is different nowadays. We are working parents. We're not staying at home cooking the dinner and just cleaning all day. We're doing that as well. And we're also having children. There's a lot of friends that I have that have children with disabilities. So you're also fighting schools. You're fighting EHCPs. We're doing something all the time. Our brain's just like frazzled. And we need lists. We do need lists, and we do need a bit of a plan. And we need to outsource, and we need to time block as much as we can. So having like a little bit of a plan for your week, even though it can go wrong, just have something for you, just to reduce the burnout, just give you something for you. And make sure that you are indulging in self-care. Go under your feet, eye pack, something. Just go back on old episodes and listen to the things that I talk about, what I do. Because sometimes they're just basic things. They don't have to cost a lot of money. So anyway, I'm going to go now. So have a great week and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now. And don't forget to journal everything that you are doing. If you are feeling any burnout at the minute, start looking for signs. Sometimes it's about journaling, and it could just be one small thing that can trigger you, you can really like home in on and think that's what it is. And it could be just right in front of us, and it usually is something that we don't want to face. So anyway, we don't want burnout. We want to be happy and healthy. We want to be manifesting. We want to be smiling all the time, don't we? We want to bring joy to other people. So anyway, I'll let you go, and I'll speak to you later. Bye for now. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my linktree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together, it's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.